Hello everyone, this is Karen.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Shane.
Today we're looking at part 2 of the unexpected effects of extreme heat. And the vocabulary words are pump.
Pump.
Andy quickly pumped water out of the sinking boat.
Process.
Process.
Meg found learning a new language to be a long and difficult process.
Temperature.
Temperature.
During the spring, the temperature can change quite suddenly from one day to the next.
Protection.
Protection.
For your own protection, keep this door locked at all times.
Unrelated.
Unrelated.
Tony asked the teacher a question that was unrelated to the lesson.
Connected.
Connected.
The police said that the two crimes are connected.
So we're still talking about the serious problem and some of the unexpected effects of extreme heat.
Right. So, you know, nuclear reactors. In order for nuclear reactors to be kept nice and cool,
Yes.
so they don't overheat, they pump water into those nuclear reactors
To cool it down.
to cool it down. But then that water gets pumped out and it goes into local rivers,
That's right.
local bodies of water.
So
But
the river becomes hot.
and it's already hot because the summers are becoming hotter.
And hotter.
So what happens to all the poor fishies and all of the plants?
And then they would die because a lot of animals in the water can only survive under a certain temperature, right?
Exactly. So they're just being cooked alive. It's like a soup.
Oh, that is really, really sad.
Kind of sad.
That's very sad. And another unexpected effect of extreme heat is that, you know, a lot of people say that the workers' productivity would actually decrease because when you feel so hot, you don't really want to work that hard.
You're in a bad mood. You have a short temper.
Exactly.
Yeah, so well, I think we all know that. When it's hot, it really does affect our mood and our productivity. All right, well, I think because of climate change, we do need to be aware of consequences that we might not have thought about from the planet getting hotter and hotter.
And we should also come up with some solutions to our problems as well.
Okay.
Okay, let's learn more.
The unexpected effects of extreme heat.
To prevent their nuclear reactors from overheating, many nuclear power plants pump in cooling water from nearby rivers. This process makes the water very hot. During extreme heat waves, when rivers are already quite warm, it becomes dangerous for nuclear power plants to release their hot water back into rivers. The reason is that many types of plants and animals can only live in waters of a certain temperature. As a result, the amount of power a nuclear power plant can produce will often be capped for the protection of the plants and animals living in these waters.
Today's lesson is called The Unexpected Effects of Extreme Heat, Part 2. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike, and we're learning about some of the surprising or unexpected effects of extreme heat or high temperatures. Global warming, climate change, high temperatures are becoming more and more common around the world, especially in weird places that didn't normally have high temperatures and extreme heat. And this can cause some strange effects in the rest of the natural world.
Let's get started on today's article, okay? To prevent their nuclear reactors from overheating, many nuclear power plants pump in cooling water from nearby rivers. And I think I know what's going to happen here, okay? These power plants need this cool water to cool down those reactors. By the way, in a nuclear power plant, the nuclear reactor is where you make all the heat from which you'll get that electricity later on. Nuclear reactors can get extremely hot, so you have to make sure you can cool them down. So what happens when you don't have a source of cool water anymore? Well, that means your nuclear reactors might just overheat, and that's definitely not a good thing. Anyway, so power plants, nuclear power plants, they pump in cooling water from nearby rivers, but if these rivers no longer contain cool water, how can you keep a nuclear reactor from overheating? Quite a conundrum. Anyways, here we've got the verb pump to talk about. If you pump water, you move water from one place to another, usually with the help of a machine. That's what's going on here. For example, Andy quickly pumped water out of the sinking boat, trying to get that water out of the boat to keep it from sinking so quickly.
Okay, like how we pump air into a bicycle tire or something like that. So, they get this water, usually from a local river or lake, and they put it through the nuclear reactor to cool it down. But it says this process makes the water very hot. Well, sure. I mean, imagine if you had a hot pan at home and you poured some water on it to cool it off. The water that comes off the pan will now be much hotter because the hot pan, changed the temperature of the water. So this process of pumping this water through the reactor raises the temperature of the water, makes it hotter. What is a process? A process is a series of actions, okay? It's the things that you need to do to go from the beginning of something to the successful end of something. A simple thing to think about is how to cook, right? You don't just cook something by throwing everything into a pot, saying some magic words, and boom, you have your dinner. No, you have to cut the vegetables. Well, actually, wash the vegetables, cut the vegetables, put the vegetables in the pan, turn up the temperature, add the oil. You do all these things in the right order at the right time, and you will end up with a successful meal. This is the process. These are the step-by-step actions you must take in order to complete or do something. For example, Meg found learning a new language to be a long and difficult process. It's true, you don't just wake up one day and say, I'll learn Japanese, and then tomorrow, speak Japanese. No, you have to take classes and lessons and memorize things and practice. It's a long process. So, the water gets hotter as it's pumped through the nuclear reactor. Now, how does that get affected by extreme heat?
Whoa, it's even more complicated than you might think. Yeah, hot water isn't good at cooling down nuclear reactors, but it gets worse.
If it was hot going in, it's going to be even hotter coming out.
Yeah, get this. During extreme heat waves, when rivers are already quite warm, it becomes dangerous for nuclear power plants to release their hot water back into rivers. So already, hot water is not going to be good at cooling down those nuclear reactors. But apparently, if you do use hot water and you do successfully cool down that reactor, you'll have super hot water that you can't do anything with. You can't release that back into the river. It might kill everything in that river. So now you've got a nuclear reactor that is surrounded by hot water. You can't release the water back into the river, so you can't cool the core again of that nuclear reactor. Oh my goodness, that is terrible. Anyways, you can't release that super hot water, that superheated water, back into the rivers. Why? The reason is that many types of plants and animals can only live in waters of a certain temperature. So if you pump in superheated water into that river, you might just kill everything, and that's not good. By the way, here we have the noun temperature to talk about. Temperature is a measure for heat. If you want to know how hot something is, you take its temperature. Like when you have a fever, you have a high temperature. Anyways, for example, during the spring, the temperature can change quite suddenly from one day to the next. One day it could be 25, the next day it could be 35.
All right, so this hot water coming from the nuclear reactor, if it's put back in the river or lake, it will boil the fish, or certainly raise the temperature so that they can't live. What do? It says, as a result, the amount of power a nuclear power plant can produce will often be capped for the protection of the plants and animals living in these waters. Basically, they have to turn down the nuclear power plant so it doesn't need so much water, so that the water it produces isn't so hot. But basically, it means that nuclear power plant is not supplying power to the area that it should. This is all being done for a good reason, for the protection of the plants and animals, but it does lead to a loss of power, which is, not so good. Protection. This is a noun, and basically it means safety. The things that you do to keep safe, to keep your health, to avoid danger, to avoid injury or trouble in your life. For example, for your own protection, keep this door locked at all times.
Yeah.
What's behind the door?
I don't know.
Why does it have to be locked?
I have no
Is it a
idea.
room full of wolves?
That's possible. That's possible.
That's not good.
Anyways, yes, these nuclear power plants, well, they're going to have to be turned down as a result of extreme heat. How about that? I guess I'm kind of glad they're not releasing superheated waters into rivers, but still, this is an unexpected consequence of extreme heat. All right, everyone, with that, it's time for us to take a break. But don't go away. We'll be back soon.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。因为气候变迁、全球暖化造成某些地区出现极端高温，尤其是出现在一些很怪异的地方，像英国、法国啊等等，他们都有出现异常的高温。那么 Mike 老师在开场的时候用到 weird 这个字 ，W-E-I-R-D，weird 是形容奇怪的、怪异的。好，那顺便补充一下，老师还有提到 climate change 就表示气候变迁 ，global warming 则是指全球暖化。那我们在第一天课文说到呢，极端高温可能会影响到飞机飞行的安全性啊，可能会威胁到海里某些动物的生存。接着再来看看其他令人意想不到的影响。好，课文说啦，为了防止核反应炉过热，许多核电厂会从附近的河流抽取冷却水，这就像你拿冷水去冲那个热锅子帮它降温，而那些用来降温的水就会变得温温的嘛。那接着核电厂再把这个温水排进河里。可是，在极端热浪期间，河流本身它的水温已经相当温暖了。这时候，如果核电厂再把热水排放回河里面，就会威胁到那个水域的动植物。毕竟很多动植物它们只能生活在一定温度的水域里。为了保护那些动植物，当极端热浪期间呢，在这个时候就必须要限制这个核电厂的发电量，不能让河水过热。好，这边出现4个单字 ，pump。pump 当名词可以指帮浦，那么当动词就可以用来表达用帮浦来抽运抽送。下一个单字 process 它表示过程。temperature 表示温度。还有 protection 它是 protect 的名词 ，protection 就表示保护。另外再补充一下，文中的 nuclear reactor 表示核反应炉 ，nuclear power plant 表示核电厂。至于补充单字 overheat 则是指过热，它是当动词来用。解华课文中。
The unexpected effects of extreme heat.
It's not only nuclear power plants that will stop producing, but humans will too. Studies have linked higher temperatures with lower worker productivity. What's more worrying is that humans also become more aggressive and are quicker to get angry in higher temperatures. Yikes.
So there you have it. Hot water, overheated water becomes a big problem for nuclear power plants, and then the plants themselves produce super hot water that is a problem for rivers. What a mess. In the end, people have to turn down nuclear power plants. And get this, it's not only nuclear power plants that will stop producing, but humans will too.
Will stop producing in high temperatures?
We'll stop doing stuff.
Oh, I see. Okay, it's not like people stop having babies or something. But yeah, it actually affects how well people work at their jobs and things like that. That's what we're talking about, producing at your job. Studies have linked higher temperatures with lower worker productivity. I guess that's not too surprising. Sure. If it's really hot, everyone's kind of uncomfortable. You're too busy drinking water and, mopping your brow and that kind of thing. So as the temperatures go up, workers work less. There's less productivity. What's more worrying is that humans also become more aggressive and are quicker to get angry in higher temperatures. Yikes. That is a scary thought, but I guess sometimes you notice that. On a hot day, people are, a little more pushy. They want to get out, you want you to get out of the way faster. They're less patient with you. So high temperatures are not something that humans as animals seem to enjoy. It can lead to arguments. It can lead to, bad feelings between people. So when they say, hey, cool it, man, or cool down, they're actually meaning not only calm down, but cool your temperature. That will help you calm down.
There you go. And it's true. I feel like I am in a bad mood when temperatures are high. It just makes me feel bad and sometimes mad or grumpy. Anyways, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break. But don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
刚刚说到，在极端高温期间，你可能要限制核电厂的发电量，让核电厂停止运作，才能保护附近水域的动植物。好，那除了影响到这个核电厂的停止运作，极端高温也会让人类停止生产。这不是说停止生小孩哦。其实呢，有研究发现说，温度跟生产力低有关。这应该很好理解啊，因为天气超热的时候，我们身体就不太舒服，心情也不美丽，谁还想工作啊？那更令人担心的是，这个温度比较高的时候，人类也会变得更好斗，更容易生气。哎呀，好，我们课文里面用到这个 yikes， 就像我们中文说的哎呀，它是表达惊讶的感叹词。好，那这边还有2个补充单字 productivity。也有人念作 productivity， 它表示生产力。那么 aggressive， 它是形容好斗的、挑衅的。Mike 老师刚刚提到这个字的时候，还有用到形容词 pushy， 就是在 push 这个字后面加上 y，pushy 就表示咄咄逼人的。接回到课文中。
The unexpected effects of extreme heat.
These are only a few of the many surprising effects of extreme heat. They may all seem unrelated to each other, but they point to the same things: how deeply connected everything in this world is, and the dangers of unchecked climate change.
All right, everyone, let's go ahead and wrap up our article on the unexpected consequences of extreme heat. What we've been reading so far, those have only been, or we've only referenced, a few examples of how extreme heat is going to affect the world. Yeah, what we read about before, I should say, these are only a few of the many surprising effects of extreme heat.
Yeah, we've had some pretty surprising effects. Airplanes that can't fly, fish that can't find food, nuclear power stations that could boil the animals that live in a river. Very strange. Now it says they may all seem unrelated to each other, but they point to the same things: how deeply connected everything in this world is, and the dangers of unchecked climate change. It's true, planes not flying, or fish having trouble, or people being in a bad mood, they do seem unrelated, but of course they are related. They're related to extreme heat.
There you go. By the way, if something is related to another thing, there's a connection, okay? It makes sense. One thing might cause the other thing, so on and so forth. One thing might be an effect of another thing. You get the idea. Now, if things are unrelated, there is no connection between them. There is no correlation. They don't make sense when you put them together. You don't think, oh, this is how they work together. This causes this, or this affects that. No. If something is unrelated to something else, there is no connection between those things. And yes, the word unrelated is an adjective. For example, Tony asked the teacher a question that was unrelated to the lesson. Yeah, Tony, why are you asking a question about particle physics in English class? There's no connection between English and particle physics.
No, those two topics are not connected. And that's the next word we have, connected. This adjective is basically the opposite of unrelated. It's like related, all right? If there's a connection, if there's a link, if there's something these things have in common together, they are connected, they are related. If they're not, as you just explained, they're unrelated or unconnected. All right, so we can talk about things that are connected. For example, the level of energy that you have during the day is connected to the food that you eat. If you eat a lot of junk food for breakfast, you won't have energy later in the day. If you eat a healthy breakfast, you will have more energy because your diet and your health, your energy levels, these are connected, they're related, they share something, there is a link there. For example, the police said that the two crimes are connected.
Oh.
Someone stole a car and then robbed a bank using that stolen car. They are connected, those two crimes.
They sound related, or connected
one,
to me.
You'll catch the other.
Anyways, folks, that's it for our article, but we still do have the what do you think question to ask and answer. Mike, which of the effects mentioned in the article would be the most difficult to deal with?
Wow, that's a tough one. I would say people feeling aggressive and having a short temper would cause a lot of problems for people because we can't really change how our bodies react to that. So that's kind of a natural one. Although it's not that serious,
Sure.
I guess people can learn to calm down. That nuclear power station one, that is kind of worrying because as dangerous as nuclear power can be, when it's safe, it's actually a good source of power. Nope, not so much pollution, but if it's killing fish, what do we do?
Hot water's not good for cooling things, and superheated water, well, that's not good for anyone or anything. Anyways, folks, with that, our lesson has come to an end, and it's time for us to say bye-bye.
Stay cool.
看了这2天的课文，我们了解到一些极端高温所造成的令人意想不到的影响结果。它们看起来彼此好像没有什么关联，例如说飞机的安全啊，然后海里动物的那个生存啊，这些好像不太相关，可是其实却都息息相关。我们真的要好好正视气候变迁、全球暖化的问题了。好，我们最后来看2个单字 ，unrelated。它是形容无关的、没有关联的。那 Jeff 老师说的 correlation 这个字 ，correlation，correlation 它表示关联、相关性。单字例句说 Tony 问了老师一个跟课程无关的问题，这时候 Jeff 老师开玩笑说 Tony 在英文课堂上呢问了跟粒子物理学相关的问题。好 ，particle physics 就是粒子物理学。好，不管怎么样，我们再来看下一个单词 connected。connected 它是形容有关联的、有联系的，它是当形容词来用。好，那么以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。大家好，我是 Hanny， 欢迎收看我们的文法单元。今天要介绍的文法重点有4个。第一个是 the amount of 加名词，第二个是动词 cap 的用法，第3个是 what 引导名词子句，第4个是 that 引导名词子句。我们先来学 the amount of 加名词。The amount of 加名词表示什么什么的量，它是用来表达不可数名词的量，像是时间啊、金钱啊、水啊等等。例如 ，You should try to limit the amount of time you spend on social media。你应该试着限制自己花在社群媒体的时间，不要把时间都花在 IG、脸书、推特、YouTube 上面，你要多花点时间陪陪身边的人哦。好，接着我们来学动词 cap 的用法。cap 当动词可以指限制、防止什么什么增加，那也可以用被动语态 be capped 来表达。例如 ，At the school, class sizes are capped at 25 students。那间学校的班级人数限制在25名学生。接着我们来学 what 引导名词子句。what 当复合关系代名词，可以用来引导名词子句，让子句扮演名词的角色。那么 what 主词加动词在句中可以当主词、受词或是主词补语用。以它当主词的时候，必须视为单数，后面要搭配单数动词。例如 What he said is true， 他所说的是真的。那这个例句当中，名词子句 What he said 是当主词，所以我们后面要记得搭配单数动词 is。最后来学 that 引导名词子句。That 可以用来引导名词子句，让子句扮演名词的角色。那么 that 主词加动词在句中可以当主词、受词或是主词补语用。好，以 that 名词子句来当主词补语的时候，我们可以用它来提供相关的资讯。例如 The truth is that I'm in love with you。事实是我爱上你了。好，那么句中的名词子句That I'm in love with you 是当主词 the truth 的补语，它当主词补语用来说明 the truth 的内容，让这个句子变完整。话说以前有一部爱情电影，那个裘德突然深情款款的说 I'm in love with you。女生看的心都融化，我整个人都被电晕了。我现在想到都晕，我要去重刷那一部电影了。拜拜。Hello, everybody. I'm Holly.
Hello, everybody. I'm a beautiful flower named Shane.
Okay.
就像 flower 吗
Something's weird about him. Anyway, 今天我们的主题呢，我们要来讲花，美丽的花有什么不同呢
It's me.
Alright, 第一个 blossom,
Blossom.
第二个 flower.
Flower.
OK, 这两个的差别你知道吗？
I have no idea.
反正两个都是花，就是。
I always just say flower.
OK, well, blossom 呢这个字有没有觉得听起来比较气质一点？
哎，对，真的，因为我不是一个很高级的人，所以我不会说 blossom。
是吗？
我真的听起来很黑白啊。
很 gay
Well, look at that blossom. It's so beautiful. What?
其实还有别的区分方式
真的
啊，
吗？比如说呢？
比如说，如果真的要这么的仔细来区分的话，blossom 就是你可以说长在树上的花，或者是呢，特别是指那一些会结果实的花。
Like cherry blossoms.
Cherry blossoms， 对。
Oh, that's why we say
Yeah
cherry blossom.
所以你可以说就是比如说人们春天会到日本旅游去看樱花，这时候你就会说
Oh, look at the beautiful cherry blossoms.
没错
可。是你也可以说哇，these flowers are very beautiful.
可以，就是比较不高级的用法。
我从来没有说过 blossoms, just
Yeah.
cherry blossoms 就这样。
对
所以我就用 flower 就好了。
对
right?
，flower 其实就是比较常是在讲，比如说地上长出来的花，比如说玫瑰好了，会长在植物茎上的花，就不是树上的那一种。
If you say so.
对 ，if I say so 。But 其实呢，重点是。没有人在用 blossom， 没有人在用 blossom，
Right? True.
Yeah.
So just use flowers. And you'll
Just
be
use
fine.
flower.
Okay. Live action?
Yeah, live action.
Do you know what Isla's favorite flower is? I want to get her flowers for her birthday.
I'm not sure. I know she recently went to look at the cherry blossoms that are in bloom now. She said they were gorgeous.
Is that the kind of flower you give somebody for their birthday, or would that be weird?
Actually, I have no idea.
If you were me, what kind of flower would you get her?
Who, me? To be honest, I wouldn't give her anything if I were you.
Really? Why do you say that?
I don't really like her. She's not a nice person.
That's true. I was just trying to be polite. Never mind. I'll buy you flowers instead, okay? What's your favorite flower?
I thought you'd never ask.
So do you.